Hey, what up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you, and one of the most requested videos that I've been noticing in my comments and people sending me on Twitter is to make a video about Jeff Hardy returning to TNA at the upcoming Lockdown pay-per-view, which I believe is going to be the first weekend of March 9th. TNA is going to return to pay-per-view. It's funny that TNA is coming back to pay-per-view at the same time that WWE is basically leaving. Lockdown is normally one of the most bought pay-per-views for TNA, but they haven't ran a pay-per-view since last, when the hell was Bound for Glory? Did I go there in September? I believe it was in October. I think it was right before Halloween, if I remember right. I believe it was in October. So, I mean, that's a long time for a company to be without a pay-per-view. Of course, they've been running these big, TV shows on average of about once a month. And I'm not really sure what's going on with TNA right now. Honestly, the last... I honestly just haven't been watching TNA ever since I just sort of realized AJ Styles was not coming back to the company, and I was 100% wrong on what was going on there. I remember the last match I really remember watching that I was really pumped up for was the AJ Styles match where he lost. And that was the final match he was there. But I think I stuck it out for almost a month until we made it to Genesis, which would be in January. And that's when, they told us we were going to have 4 awesome matches. They only gave us 2. And then they came back the next week. But instead of giving us 2, they gave us 3 sort of big ones. So it was sort of like having back-to-back shows. But I felt lied. I felt cheated. That, basically, even though I wasn't paying anything for it, I did not get the 4 matches that I was told was going to happen on the first show. And I honestly just haven't paid attention at all to anything that's going down. I've still listened to people's videos that talk about TNA, which has gone down almost 75% since AJ's left. And Sting left. And we might get a few videos that just sort of touch on the topic, but, the amount of people really talking about, TNA is basically not many. It's not looking good down there. I know that MVP's come back, and he's done this and he's done that. He's sort of going head-to-head with Dixie Carter. Samoa Joe's your number 1 contender for Lockdown. He's going to be fighting Magnus. There's a lethal Lockdown match that's always going to be there. And Jeff Hardy's going to be returning, and he's going to be going back to this character, Willow The Wisp. And Willow The Wisp is the guy that he used to be when he wrestled in Omega, the company that Matt Hardy started, and still sort of runs today. Matt runs it as an independent in little small cities where he lives. And I don't know, this could go 1,000 different ways. Honestly, when I see this, I know in my heart that it's going to bomb. It's not going to work out, and he'll be Jeff Hardy before not too long. But when I look into this and I look deeper, I think that it's Jeff Hardy trying to recreate himself, trying to become something, trying to get his mind off that he's probably bored in TNA. I know that more than likely he's in a spot where they're going to make him look like he is the John Cena of that company. And he's been that spot for a long time, but you can only be a big fish in a small pond for so long. TNA's at the point where TNA is going to be what TNA is right now, basically forever. It's going to take a huge free agent signing. It's going to take something along down the road to make that company get bigger. Basically it's Spike TV that's keeping them alive, and there's no, secret to the rumor that if Spike TV is able to sign SmackDown, when WWE is able to negotiate with anybody that they want to. Valentine's Day was the final day that Sci-Fi and USA held the exclusive rights to talk to WWE about signing them and keeping the wrestling on their networks. Now WWE is able to talk to whoever they want to, whenever they want to, about making a deal, and they just have to make sure that they lock up a deal and get it signed before their contract ends, and then they're left without television to go anywhere. WWE, promised their stockholders that they were going to try and double their rights fees, and that's what we're going to have to see go down to. But basically, if Spike sign SmackDown. It's sayonara TNA. Jeff Hardy coming out. He's done this gimmick before on mainstream stage before. Well, then again, Ring of Honor in 2003 wasn't really the main stage, but you can look up this match on YouTube. I had never seen it before. Last night I wanted to look into it a little bit because everybody kept asking me to make this video, and I didn't really know who Willow the Wisp was, so I wanted to dig deeper and actually know what I was talking about before it. But he wrestled a match in Ring of Honor in 2003 against Special K and not Joey Matthews, Josh Matthews. No, Josh Matthews is the announcer. It is Joey Matthews. It was a three-way match. And this was a match that the Ring of Honor crowd wanted no part of Jeff Hardy. Why he didn't return and come to our Ring of Honor as Jeff Hardy, I have no clue. He wears a jacket much like the Pope would wear. He wears a mask on his face that looks like... I don't know, like out of a horror movie. I know that Willow the Wisp is sort of like a ghost-like feature of like lantern lights that flash like over water to make you think that like these ghosts are coming for you or anything like that. It's there's a whole lot of paintings that you can find out there that people painted these lights, and that's mostly why I knew what Willow the Wisp was before the whole Jeff Hardy coming back to TNA thing was. And I don't know if he's supposed to be a ghost or what it is, but that doesn't really make sense if MVP is announcing that he's been the guy who re-signed Jeff Hardy after he quit and now he's going to leave. I think that the 2 years in a row they've ran a sorry-ass storyline with Jeff Hardy. Everybody knows the reason why he's not allowed to leave the country, and TNA just has found horrible ways to cover it up. Just basically, Jeff loses a match, says, that's it, I don't think I can wrestle anymore, fuck it, I'm going home. And then he just fucking shows up on TV again for no reason. I know this time's covered up a little bit more because MVP is going to be the saving grace, the guy who called him up and gave him what he needed, and he's trying to save TNA and save the wrestling business. But Jeff Hardy as Willow the Wisp coming to Lockdown, having his debut match against somebody in a cage is going to make no sense at all. People's going to wonder why the hell he's wearing this, this mask, and why he's, dressed up like the Pope. And from everything that I've seen, he carries like a kendo stick with him. I got no clue what's going on with this. I don't think this is going to save TNA. I don't think it's going to make it any better. I say that he's Willow the Wisp maybe for 2 months tops. Then he just comes out 1 week like AJ Styles did. Just, I'm back to my old gimmick. Let's do this. But, I don't know. That's been some TNA talk. Jeff Hardy returns to TNA March 9th in Miami. Who's going to this show? Lockdown. Pay-per-view. Peace out.